Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, we have now moved to the online platform, and we're all excited to do this, by the way. And I'm sure you are as well. And you are probably having a lot of doubts, maybe a lot of questions as far as how is this going to work? What are we going to do? What is it going to look like? And so on and so forth. So I quickly created a video so that everyone can see what is it that the PreAP Algebra 2 team set up and how you guys are going to go about your daily classes or your lessons as far as with Algebra 2. So let's go to begin. I'm using first of all, I'm Mr. Gomez, by the way. Some of you might have different teachers, but I will be doing the instructional videos and also the Padlet videos, which I'll get to here in just a bit. But if you go to, or if you look at what I'm showing you here, I'm going to give you an example with my first period PreAP Algebra 2 class, okay? So we've sent these to you guys recently as well. And if you go to classwork, I mean, you can see it in the stream, but it's easier to kind of filter it and go through it through the classwork tab. You'll see that the first and foremost important thing is the attendance form. Okay, so when you click on this form, it will take you to your teacher's specific attendance form. And all you have to do is just put your name, first and last, click on the period that your teacher has already set there for you, and then submit. And that is it. That's all you have to do. And in this form, you must complete each A day. Okay, so for B day students, you're going to click on the form, and yours will say you must complete each B day. Okay, so let me give you just a quick example of that. If I went to fifth period, one of my B day classes, classwork, attendance form, you click on it. Yours is going to be pretty much the same. The only difference is that yours says B day where theirs says A day. You can access this form through Google Classroom. So please only use it through Google Classroom so that you're not submitting the wrong form by accident, and that A day students are actually with A day and B day students are actually with B day. Okay. But your teacher as well has set it up in their Google Classroom as far as these topics, as far as the filtering goes. And at the very top, it'll say attendance form of some kind. Okay. So that's first and foremost. All right. And just real quick, some of you might have questions in as far as when do you submit this form? So each A day for A day students, B day for B day students, you are going to submit it specifically on the day that you have class. Okay, so A day students, let me X this out. A day students, you're going to submit it on the day that you have class. And you can submit it in the morning, you can submit it at night. It doesn't matter, but it has to be on that day. So please make sure first thing in the morning would be a good idea. You wake up on an A day, go to your attendance form for those specific classes, and only for those classes that you would have that A day, submit the forms for each and every single class that you have. Okay, and other classes, they would have the form on there as well on their Google Classroom where you can do the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the other posts that we have there for you. So eLearning plan. This was communicated not only to you guys yesterday, but also to parents and you guys through Skyward email. Okay, so there's two forms attached. First of all, this was the communication as far as through email, basically telling you and parents, what is it going to look like? So what is it going to entail as far as what is our approach? How are we going to implement this? What are accountabilities? Like, what is it that you're needing to do? And then down here, it even has our tutorial schedule and a tutorial link. Okay, so you could, if you want, click on this link from here, and it will take you straight to a Google Meet. Okay, and this is the Google Meet that we've set up basically for PreAP Algebra 2 students, strictly. Okay, there's other ways to get to this, and I'll go ahead and show you real quick. All right, so if I go back to this post, you'll see that this other form will have all of the teachers listed and their emails, the date of availability for live tutorial sessions. These almost feel like Eagle Time sessions, if you will. So for an hour, Mr. Cronin will be available 10 to 11, Mr. Harrell, and so on and so forth. And to get to that meet, you can simply click here, and it will also take you to that meet where you can join. Okay. And the Google Meet is basically, it's just like Skyping. It's FaceTime, if you will. You will be able to see their face. They'll be able to see yours. you can hear them and they can hear you. Unless if like there's some students that don't want to be seen nor be heard, that's fine. You can jump into these Google Meet live tutorials, but then just mute your video and mute your audio. Okay, so the Padlet form here on the bottom, this is like for frequently asked questions. Okay, so you're wondering, how am I going to be able to ask questions besides these questions that are in live Google tutorials? So let's say you're not able to make a live Google tutorial for whatever reason. You can submit questions through Padlet, and you simply click on this link and it will take you to the Padlet that we created. Think of this like a whiteboard, if you will, where you just have a bunch of sticky notes and you're going to go to the day that you're talking about, and then you're just going to add a note. You could say, like, we're starting with day 2 today with B day, and you can say you didn't understand certain attributes of the exponential function. Okay, you could say, does the exponential function always increase? And then you could just go ahead and submit it out. Okay, now we are asking this. When you have a question, the way this is organized, the newer questions will be at the bottom, and the earliest questions that were asked will be at the top. The reason why is we want you to actually read through these, because as you add more and more questions, they're going to be like filter like this. We want you to read through the questions, and if a question has already been asked, then give it a like, okay? Because we don't want you to inundate this with questions that are very similar to what has already been asked, okay? We don't want to read through so many questions that are the same. So if there's a question that has already been submitted, just give it a like, okay? That'll show us the ones with the more likes. These are the more frequent questions, okay? And these are the ones that are going to be high priority to me specifically, because I will be recording the answers to these questions and posting them on the calendar as well. Okay, so like right here on the calendar, let me go to that here in just a bit. This Unit 7 calendar, right here are the notes videos, and underneath will be Padlet videos. So the questions and the most frequent questions, that the most popular questions, if you will, are going to be added there. So you'll be able to click on those specifically just to get the answers to those questions, okay? But again, we want you to read other people's questions and compare and contrast. Are they similar to something that we've already done, or that I'm thinking about asking myself? And then just give it a like. And what I will do from my end is I will like the ones that I've recorded, and the ones that are unliked from my end that I can see, ooh, that one has like 20 likes or 50 likes. I need to make sure that I record that. Once I record it, I will like it, and then that gives me the red flag that, okay, that's been recorded. Okay, so that's how Padlet works. And you can submit this at any time. It doesn't have to be during specific tutorial hours. You can submit these questions, but please, 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 we want to make sure that you do. And it says here at the bottom, give it a like, but you want to see if it already has been posted. Okay, because the ones with the most likes, those are the ones that are going to be recorded and given priority in that regard. Okay, so that's Padlet, and that's what that's about right there. Okay, so let's go back to this other post, live tutorials and Padlet frequently asked questions. It's just another place that where you can access these things. Here again is our tutorial times as far as our availability. If this does change, we'll change it here. And every time you click on it, you can see, oh, Mr. Gomez changed from 2 to 3 p.m. to 1 to 2 p.m. or whatever. It'll show you in real time as far as the availability goes, and it'll be updated automatically. Okay, so let's go to, this is another place that you can go ahead and join a Google Meet by clicking that Meet, and it will take you to the Google Meet screen. And then finally, this is another place that you can access the Padlet. You can click on there, it'll take you to the frequently asked questions board, and then you can go ahead, like we said, read through, type your questions, or give a like to the ones that have already been asked. Okay, and last but not least, this form right here is a kind of a universal form that that the school came up with, where we're asking, what does technology look like for you? Basically at home, do you have internet access? what devices do you have, so on and so forth. For my classes, I kind of sent out a form already for this, but this is strictly just for the math department. We want to get like information as a whole for the math department. So please, even though you've already filled out my form specifically, please go ahead and fill this out for all classes. Okay. So that's how you navigate through. Again, attendance is a daily thing. And then after you click attendance, you're basically going to go to wherever you have access to this Unit 7 calendar for now, and it'll open up to this. And then from here, you'll be able to see, okay, here's the date. And yes, we're going to be updating these dates because like today is not the 16th, but it is day 2 for B-Day classes. So we could, today is the 20th. We could go ahead and change that right now, okay? And then yes, these will be updated as we go along, okay? Now, right here, what we're gonna do is, like I said before, have keys attached to the warm-ups, have keys attached to the notes, but also at the very bottom, we're gonna have these video lecture videos, okay? So if you're not a person that necessarily, you're a visual learner and you have to see it worked out in action, that's what these videos are going to be about, okay? Now, if you click on the video, just so that you know, it will take you to my specific YouTube channel that I built, and the YouTube channel that, like this one is specifically for that video.
All right, guys, here we go. So
see, and you can see it play, Unit 7 exponential and logarithmic functions, day 1A, but it will take you to my channel that I created that kind of is gonna house all these things, amongst other things, okay? Like I created this channel on the side. I didn't expect to use it to this magnitude and in this early, but luckily it was already built. But you could go to playlists and you can access all of these various units. Okay, so Algebra 2, Unit 7, that's what we're in right now. If I view the playlist, right here you can see these are gonna be all your lecture videos, okay? And like I said before, we're gonna record Padlet videos as well that give you those what's kind of like frequently asked questions. And you can find the Padlet video in that playlist folder as well. Obviously, there aren't any questions here added yet, but it will be labeled like this, Padlet frequently asked questions. We're going to do this for however long we're going to be out. And this is just a good way for you to find the videos that you need, okay? So hopefully I did just answer a bunch of questions in regards to what's the layout, what is it going to look like, how we're going to be able to access through classwork, not only the attendance form, but all of these announcements that we're needing to get to you, or whatever we're needing to communicate out to you. This is where we're going to start, coupled with our already familiar calendar that will have everything linked in. Okay, so I hope this helped, and we hope to talk to you soon.